Hey product people, Torrance here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about Profit First Accounting and telling you what I've learned after 3 years using the system. So first, if you're not an accounting dork like me, I'll tell you what Profit First Accounting is. Before I actually started on the system, I'd heard about it all over the place. I heard about it on podcasts, I read blogs about it, but honestly, it sounded pretty extreme. Like all I heard was you have to open 1 million different checking accounts and you're moving money all the time. And it just sounded pretty complicated. But then I actually picked up the book, Profit First by Michael Michalowicz, and don't make me say that again, Michael Michalowicz. And it is super readable. Like I could read it in one afternoon. It was very, very simple. And it really hit home. Like some of the things he was talking about in the book, they really, really resonated with me. And so I'll just give you my, I'm not an accountant, 2-minute spiel on what Profit First is. And here it is. So in typical accounting, costs minus expenses equals profit. Makes total sense. But he flips it on his head and basically says, sales. Sales minus profit equals expenses, which sounds weird. Basically, take the profit out of your sales first, but it makes so much sense if you understand the entrepreneur mindset. Because where do expenses end if you own a business? There are limitless things that you can spend money on, and all of them sound like a good investment that's going to make you money over time. And so you have your sales and you can burn it to the ground every single time. And you keep telling yourself as a business owner, well, I'm just reinvesting in my company. I'm not gonna take profit now. I'm not gonna pay myself now because I'm just gonna reinvest everything. And what happens to so many business owners is they never stop doing that. They just keep reinvesting. They keep spending everything. Expenses never run out and they never make a profit. So by forcing the business owner to take the profit out first, to save for taxes first, then they can do what you naturally want to do as a business owner, which is basically take what's left over and completely burn it to the ground. But it's okay because you've saved money, you've hidden it from yourself. He makes you hide it in a different bank, in different bank accounts, which is perfect because out of sight, out of mind. The way I think about it is this way. So what if people said, just make sure that you're kind of saving for retirement in your one checking account and, hope that by the time you hit 65, there's enough money there for retirement. It would never work, right? You have to open that separate account. You have to move that money. You have to make it untouchable, and that's exactly what Profit First does. So I read the book and I was immediately sold. I was all in. And I actually ended up hiring a Profit First accountant, which I really do recommend because it's a pretty complicated system if you really implement it completely in all its detailed forms. And I'm so glad that I have Jill and her team at One More Accounting helping me through this system. I found them through a simple Google search because they're near me. And honestly, I would probably recommend doing a Google search and looking for Profit First accountants that are near you. You can also go to the Profit First website and they will help you find a Profit First certified accountant near you. They will help you set up the checking accounts and they will also help you start small because I know that it was intimidating to me to consider running the business and taking all of these percentages out right away. 15% for taxes, 5% for profit, 5% for owner's pay or 10% for owner's pay. But when I was working with the accountant, they let me start really small. And even if you've just started your business and you're not making a ton of money, it's going to be all about muscle memory and forming habits. So even if you're just starting, go with 1%. Put 1% aside in taxes, 1% aside in owner's pay. And that's exactly what they did. And then over time, we've just turned that up to get to the ideal percentages over time, which by the way, will constantly change as the needs of your business change and your business grows and all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's the foundation. We set it up. We started with small percentages. Here are 3 things that I've learned in my 3 years running on Profit First Accounting. So the first one is tax season. It's just completely different now that I'm on Profit First. Oh, you have all of your money saved for tax season and for your quarterly estimated taxes and the perfect amount set aside for federal and state at the end of the year? Wow, you're pretty amazing. But most of us don't have that money saved, and basically every quarter we would just have an oh bleep moment where we're looking for money for quarterly estimated, and then don't even get me started on end of year taxes, which I felt like I had no idea how much it would be, and I certainly didn't have that money lying around. But with Profit First, it's totally different. I hide that money out of every single paycheck as soon as it comes in, so it's like it doesn't even exist. When I have to pay quarterly estimated or taxes at the end of the year, guess what? It's magically in this secret account. It really does feel like it's just secret money that doesn't even belong to me. It's already put aside for taxes. It's made tax season so stress-free, it's ridiculous. The second thing is it makes budgeting a snap. So ask me 5 years ago, what's your budget for Facebook ads? And I would say, I don't know, are they gonna work? In that case, infinity, I guess, right? Like, how do you make a budget for anything if everything could conceivably make you money? I had no idea how to do that. When I was looking around for a commercial space to move into, they would ask me the same thing. What's your budget for a warehouse? And I would say, I don't know, how much do warehouses go for? And how little of a space can we possibly squeeze into? And how much are people paying for this type of thing? And you're just doing random Google searches on what most businesses are spending. But once you have Profit First, everything's kind of laid out. You can even do future projections on your business. Like I already have mine for next year put together where I've projected sales, and then based on the formulas that they give you, I know how much I should spend on payroll, how much I should spend on rent, how much I can put aside for marketing, etc. You can play around with those numbers, turn one up, turn one down, and see how everything looks. But you can actually create budgets for things because you understand where your money is going. And now, third is a stable paycheck. So listen, with Profit First, you don't pay yourself the same amount every week, but you pay yourself something every week, which is something to be said for that entrepreneurial lifestyle. And you can set it up to where you are paying yourself the same amount every week if that fits your personality better. I would say that's one way that I kind of did Profit First in a way that didn't really work with my personality, which is basically I would take the formula from my accountant and I would pay myself whatever my owner's pay amount was every week. Okay, I was making money every week, but sometimes it was a lot, and then I felt great about myself, and sometimes it was nothing, and then I felt terrible about myself. But you can organize it so that you just figure out what your average is. So it might take a couple of months to kind of figure it out. You get to an annual average, you take out the same amount every month. Sometimes you're making the overall amount go down, sometimes the overall amount is going up. And I found that for my personality, that works a lot better. You can basically put yourself on a fake salary, which for an entrepreneur is like an unheard of amount of stability. And I know you feel me on that. So you know in these videos that I love putting in a bonus section, and this one is no exception. Profit First has created a bunch of other books that are within the Profit First family, and there's one called Profit First for e-commerce. So if you are a product person, and if you're watching this, I bet you are, then you might want to check out that book. It's totally certified by Michael Michalowicz. You did make me say it again. And she is fantastic. So she follows all the rules, but with the additional, shall we say, special things about running a product-based business, like how crazy the holiday season is, how seasonal the business is, trying to have inventory on hand, the extra costs that go into that inventory and warehousing. She understands that part of the business completely. And so she's got some tweaks to the Profit First formula that work especially for us. So if you are considering Profit First or you're just diving in, I hope that this video was helpful. If you are a Profit First dork like me, please comment below and tell me about how excited you are about having this system and what it's done for you. And of course, you can head to my website below and check out more resources that I put together for product-based businesses and take a look at my courses for product people. I'll see you next time.